Hi students, we discuss about the animal tissues. Animal tissues. Animals possess four types of tissues: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. We completed epithelial tissue. Next, connective tissue. Connective tissue divides into three types. Connective tissue proper. Next, skeletal tissue and fluid connective tissue. We already completed what is connective tissue proper and its types. Today we discuss about the skeletal tissue. The skeletal tissue forms endoskeleton. Endoskeleton of vertebrates. Endoskeleton of vertebrates. So skeletal tissue forms endoskeleton of vertebrates. Endo means inside. Endo means inside. So the human beings possess endoskeleton. It is formed by mainly bones and few cartilages. So the vertebrates possess generally endoskeleton. So the endoskeleton is formed by skeletal tissue. Next, skeletal tissue gives support to the body. Support to the body. Next, protects the body organs. Protects the body organs. Next, provides space or surface. Provides surface for attachment of muscles. So the skeletal tissue forms endoskeleton of vertebrates. The skeleton gives support to the body, protects body organs, provides surface for attachment of muscles. Next, helps in locomotion. Helps in locomotion. So the skeletal tissue forms endoskeleton in vertebrates. Endoskeleton gives support to the body, protects the body organs. For example, lungs and heart. our lungs and heart are internal organs. These are protected by rib cage. Rib cage is formed by bones and few cartilages. So, skeletal tissue or skeleton protect the body organs. Next, skeleton provides surface for attachment of muscles. Some of the muscles attached to skeletal system are bones. So it provides surface for attachment of muscles. Next, skeletal system helps in locomotion or movement. So we can move one place to another place with the help of skeletal system and muscles. So skeletal system helps in locomotion. Next, the skeletal tissue divides into two types. Skeletal tissue divides into two types. Cartilage bone. So the skeletal tissue divides into two types, cartilage and bone. Here cartilage is also called gristle. Next, bone is also called osseous. Bone is also called osseous. First we discuss about the cartilage or gristle. Cartilage is solid tissue. Cartilage is solid tissue. But it is semi-rigid or flexible. So cartilage is solid tissue, but it is semi-rigid or flexible. Next, the cartilage contains matrix. Matrix of the cartilage is firm, but somewhat pliable. So cartilage possess matrix. Matrix is extracellular substance. This is matrix. Matrix is firm but somewhat pliable. Matrix contains collagen and elastin fibers. Collagen and elastin fibers. So this is matrix. These are collagen fibers. These are elastin fibers. So matrix contains collagen and elastin fibers. The matrix also possesses fluid filled spaces. Fluid filled spaces. The fluid filled spaces present in the matrix of the cartilage are called lacunae. So, the fluid filled spaces in the matrix of the cartilaginous tissue is called lacunae. Next, the matrix of the cartilage contains matrix secreting cells. Matrix secreting cells called chondroblast. Chondroblast. Chondroblasts are active cells which secretes matrix of the cartilage. Later, the active chondroblast matured into chondrocytes. Here, chondrocytes are inactive cells which does not secrete matrix. The inactive chondrocytes enter into fluid filled spaces or lacunae. So, these are chondrocytes. So, matrix of the cartilage possesses active chondroblast. And the active chondroblast secretes matrix, the extracellular substance or ground substance. Later, the active chondroblast matured into chondrocytes. Chondrocytes are inactive cells. The inactive chondrocytes enter into fluid filled spaces or lacunae of the matrix. Each lacunae possesses 1 to 4 chondrocytes. 1 to 4 chondrocytes. Next, the cartilaginous tissue. Cartilaginous tissue is surrounded by fibrous connective tissue. So, the cartilaginous tissue is surrounded by fibrous cartilaginous tissue sheath. This is called perichondrium. Perichondrium. So, the cartilaginous tissue is surrounded by a fibrous connective tissue sheath called perichondrium. Next, the cartilaginous tissue is avascular. A means without. Vascular means blood vessels. So, the blood vessel does not extend into cartilaginous tissue. The blood vessels are extends only into perichondrium. Perichondrium is a fibrous connective tissue. It is arranged around the cartilaginous tissue. So blood vessels are extends only in the perichondrium. It does not extend into cartilaginous tissue. So the cartilaginous tissue receive or absorb the nutrients, oxygen, etc. from perichondrium. From perichondrium by diffusion due to absence of blood vessels in the cartilage. So cartilage receive its nutrients, um, oxygen, etc. from perichondrium. Perichondrium possesses blood vessels. Next, growth, regeneration, and repair of the cartilage takes place by perichondrium. So perichondrium helps in growth, regeneration, and repair of the cartilage. And perichondrium supplies nutrients, oxygen, etc. to cartilage. Next, the cartilage is divides into three types. Cartilage divides into three types. Number one, hyaline cartilage. Elastic cartilage and fibrous cartilage. Fibrous cartilage. So, cartilage divides into three types: hyaline cartilage, elastic cartilage, and fibrous cartilage. First, we discuss about hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage is bluish white cartilage. Bluish white cartilage. The matrix of the hyaline cartilage. This is matrix of the hyaline cartilage. Possess delicate collagen fibers. It contains collagen fibers. This is matrix. So matrix of the hyaline cartilage possess delicate collagen fibers. So it is weakest cartilage. So hyaline cartilage is weakest cartilage. Next, the hyaline cartilage contains or enclosed by perichondrium. So perichondrium is present in the hyaline cartilage except perichondrium is present except articular cartilage. The articular cartilage is hyaline cartilage. It does not possess perichondrium. The remaining hyaline cartilage surrounded by perichondrium. Next, the hyaline cartilage forms hyaline cartilage forms embryonic endoskeleton. Embryonic endoskeleton of bony vertebrates. The human beings are also bony vertebrates. Our endoskeleton mainly made by bones, but in the embryonic stages, our endoskeleton is made by hyaline cartilage. So, in the embryonic stages of bony vertebrates, the endoskeleton is formed by hyaline cartilage. But in the adult stage, the embryonic endoskeleton made by hyaline cartilage is replaced by bony endoskeleton. Bony endoskeleton. So, during embryonic stages, the endoskeleton is made by hyaline cartilage in bony vertebrates. Later, it is replaced by bony endoskeleton. Next, the hyaline cartilage forms endoskeleton of cyclostomes and cartilaginous fishes. So during embryonic stages and in the adult stages, the endoskeleton of cyclostomes and cartilaginous fishes is made by hyaline cartilage. So the cyclostomes and cartilaginous fishes are vertebrates. So from embryonic stages to throughout life, the endoskeleton of cyclostomes and cartilaginous fishes is made by hyaline cartilage. Next, it forms articular cartilages. What is articular cartilage? This is articular cartilage. So, end of or free surfaces of the long bone possess hyaline cartilage. This hyaline cartilage is called articular cartilage. Here, the articular cartilage forms joints. So this is articular cartilage. So free surfaces of long bones possess hyaline cartilage The hairline cartilage at free surfaces of the long bone is called articular cartilages. Next, the hairline cartilage forms epiphyseal plate. Epiphyseal plate. So this is long bone. The end of the long bone is called epiphysis. Epiphysis. Middle of the long bone is called diaphysis. Diaphysis. So end of the long bone is called epiphysis. Middle of the long bone is called diaphysis. Between epiphysis and diaphysis, a hairline cartilage is present. Hairline cartilage is present. This is called epiphyseal plate. Epiphyseal plate. So, in the long bones, hairline cartilage forms epiphyseal plate. So, this is epiphyseal plate. Epiphyseal plate is located between epiphysis and diaphysis of the long bone. So, hairline cartilage forms epiphyseal plates. Next, hairline cartilage forms sternal costal cartilage. Costal cartilage. Costal cartilage is also called sternal cartilage. Here, in thoracic region, a rib cage is formed by bones. Rib cage is formed by vertebral column or backbone, sternum and ribs. Sternum is located mid-ventral of the thorax. Sternum is a straight, small bone. This is sternum. Mid-dorsal side of the body possesses backbone or vertebral column. Next, the sternum and backbone both are connected by ribs. So we have ribs. The ribs dorsally, ribs are connected with backbone, ventrally connected with sternum. Here the ribs which connects with sternum possess hairline cartilage. So the ribs connects with sternum with the help of hairline cartilage. This hairline cartilage is called costal cartilage or sternal cartilage. Next, so costal cartilage or sternal cartilage. So the ribs are attached to sternum with the help of sternal cartilage. Next, it forms the nasal septum. So the hairline cartilage forms nasal septum. Nasal septum. So these are two external nostrils. The two external nostrils are opens into nasal chamber. Nasal chamber. The right The right external nozzle open into right nozzle chamber. The left external nozzle open into left nozzle chamber. These two nozzle chambers are separated by a vertical haline cartilage called nasal septum. So nasal septum made by haline cartilage. Next, cartilaginous rings of cartilaginous rings of trachea, bronchi. Cartilaginous rings of trachea and bronchi are made by haline cartilage. So this is trachea. Trachea is also called windpipe. It is the part of respiratory system. The trachea divides into two branches called bronchi. Bronchi. The wall of the trachea and bronchi possess C-shaped cartilaginous rings. The C-shaped cartilaginous rings made by haline cartilage. Haline cartilage. The C-shaped rings gives support to the trachea and bronchi. So the C-shaped cartilaginous rings keeps the trachea and bronchi always open. So the C-shaped rings prevent the collapse of trachea and bronchi. So these C-shaped rings are made by haline cartilage. Next to cartilages of larynx. Cartilages of larynx. So above the trachea, a small chamber is present. This is larynx. This is larynx. The larynx possesses vocal cords, which generate sounds. So larynx is voice box or sound producing box. The wall of the larynx is supported by haline cartilage. So the haline cartilage is found in septum, cartilaginous rings of trachea and bronchi, and cartilages of larynx. So this is haline cartilage. Haline cartilage is weakest cartilage. Next to elastic cartilage. Elastic cartilage is yellowish cartilage. The elastic cartilage possess more elastin fibers than collagen fibers. So here the elastin fibers are yellow colored fibers which gives yellow color to elastic cartilage. So elastic cartilage is yellowish cartilage due to presence of more elastin fibers than collagen fibers. The elastic cartilage possesses perichondrium. Perichondrium. Next, the elastic cartilage gives strength and elasticity. This cartilage gives strength and elasticity. The elastic cartilage found in ear pinnae. This is external ear. This is ear pinnae. So the ear pinnae possess elastic cartilage. Eustachian tube. So the elastic cartilage present in ear pinnae. This is ear pinnae. This is ear pinnae. Ear pinnae possess elastic cartilage. Next, eustachian tube. Eustachian tube connects the middle ear with pharynx. A small tube. Eustachian tube is a small tube. It connects the middle ear and pharynx. Next, epiglottis. Epiglottis. So, anterior part of the larynx possesses a opening. This is called glottis. Anterior part of the larynx possesses a small opening called glottis. Here, a small cartilaginous plate is present. This is called epiglottis. Epiglottis is made by elastic cartilage. The elastic cartilage or the epiglottis close the glottis during swallowing of the food. So the epiglottis prevent the entry of food into larynx, trachea, bronchi and lungs. So this is the epiglottis is made by elastic cartilage. So ear pinna, eustachian tube, epiglottis is made by elastic cartilage. Next, the fibrous cartilage. The fibrous cartilage possesses abundant or more collagen fibers. Collagen fibers. So fibrous cartilage is whitish cartilage. Collagen fibers are white colored fibers which gives white color to fibrous cartilage. So the presence of collagen fibers, the fibrous cartilage is the strongest cartilage. It is the strongest cartilage. Next, the fibrous cartilage does not covered by or enclosed by perichondrium. So perichondrium is absent in the fibrous cartilage, but the perichondrium is present in hyaline cartilage and elastic cartilage. It is absent in fibrous cartilage. The fibrous cartilage is found in intervertebral disc. Intervertebral disc, pubic symphysis of pelvis. So the fibrous cartilage is found in intervertebral disc and pubic symphysis of pelvis. Intervertebral disc. The backbone or vertebral column is made by small bones. The small bones in the backbone are called vertebrae. These are vertebrae. Small bones in the vertebral column are called vertebrae. So the fibrous cartilage is present between vertebrae. The fibrous cartilage between vertebrae is called intervertebral disc. Intervertebral disc. Next, pubic symphysis. In our endoskeleton, two girdles are present: pectoral girdle and pelvic girdle. Pelvic girdle is located in the posterior part of the body where the hind limbs or legs are joined. Pectoral girdle is present in the thoracic region where the two hands are joined. So pelvic girdle is located in the posterior region of the body where the two legs are joined. The pelvic girdle is formed by two bones. Two bones. The two bones of pelvic girdle is connected by a cartilage called pubic symphysis. The pubic symphysis is made by fibrous cartilage. So the fibrous cartilage is strongest cartilage. So these are the three types of cartilages: hyaline cartilage, elastic cartilage, and fibrous cartilage. So this is cartilage or gristle. Next I will explain the bone or osseous of the skeletal tissue in the next class.